In this video, me and my business partners are going to cover one of the best case studies inside of our agency where we show you how we made a brand $3.6 million in a year with email marketing. Not only am I going to present, but I have my business partner come in and go deeper into the technical things that we did inside of Klaviyo to achieve this result. Without further ado, let's not waste any more time and let's get started with this presentation. So we are inside of my laptop where I have this presentation built out for you. And again, the case study that we're going to show you, $3.6 million in 1 year with email marketing while maintaining a healthy email list and averaging a 64% open rate. Before we go into the next steps on the case study, let's talk about who we are. So we are an email marketing agency founded in 2018. Based out of Toronto, and we have worked with thousands of brands online and generated well over $70 million in email revenue for our clients. Outside of this case study, here are some other results as well. And if you want to see more results, you can go ahead and go to our website or our social media, and we are consistently posting results of our clients there. So before we go into the case study, I'm going to have Justin go inside of the Klaviyo dashboard and show you some of the results in depth of this account and the client.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Justin. I am the head of fulfillment for MintAv, and I've been that for about 3 years now. I pretty much overlook all client work and, just make sure all our clients are happy. So today we're looking at the D&D gel results over the past 12 months. So there are some things I want to sort of go over prior to me getting into this a bit. So first things first, this is only over the past 12 months as Klaviyo's sort of time period capabilities don't exceed 12 months as of right now. So we've only been working with them. We've actually been working with them for longer than that. I think it's been about 14 to 15 months now. So this only shows, the majority of the revenue that we've actually generated for them. Another thing that you can also see here is that we do have a higher amount of generated revenue through campaigns in comparison to our flows. That I want to say is a huge factor. As you guys can see, every month consistently campaigns have been a better metric overall for D&D. So, that just shows kind of the effort that the team and I put into strategizing and creating content, which is something that we're going to be talking a lot more about later on, right? So aside from that, you guys can also see the overall open rates and click rates and just engagement rates in general, how, we have a very, very just high overall we have high overall email KPIs for D&D Gel, and this is something that we're very proud of as we have been able to maintain it ever since, we started working with them, and we are definitely going to be maintaining it as we continue working with them for the next few years. Okay, so now let's talk about kind of what they were doing prior to actually working with us. So as you guys can see here, one of the main things that we noticed when we, just started looking at their accounts when we started with them was that they only really have these basic, sort of just Klaviyo generated templates, right? This doesn't really show anything, around the brand or anything like that. It doesn't really show the brand's tone, doesn't have any, variables that, kind of show what the brand really means, right? Through email specifically. Another few things that we did see was that, they worked with a previous email marketer in the past, and they weren't really doing much in all honesty. I think they were sending out probably a couple campaigns a month, but those campaigns were not generating any revenue because the old marketer didn't really know how to communicate with their lists. And like I said before, they pretty much used only basic Klaviyo templates, and it just ended up being not a profitable channel for them through Klaviyo. So, after that, we kind of came in and, made some changes, right? So what did we do, right? The first thing that we did, like I said, was the audit. So the audit is a huge thing for us, whenever we work with any client, because we always want to make sure that we can sort of break down some sort of game plan for these clients prior to us actually, getting into the implementation stage and so on and so forth, right? So these are some things that we did during the audit. First, we did a lot of competitor email analysis. We looked at a lot of the brands within the niche and see how sort of they funnel people into their customer journeys. What are some, promos? What are some campaigns? What is some content that they really tend to use a lot, throughout their manual emails, their newsletters, and so on and so forth. We looked at their opt-in and sign-up form work as well, and we noticed their sign-up form wasn't really, working how they wanted to, and that means their conversion was low, The behavior of the sign-up form as well wasn't really factoring in, overall conversion. The pop-up was popping up instantly, and that's not good for other marketing channels as well, right? So that's a huge thing that we had to change. We also looked through their segmentation, right? We noticed that they did a lot of, full list sends. They didn't really use any exclusion segments, so they weren't focused on the customers who maybe have been falling into spam, bouncing and unsubscribing as well, right? There's a lot of KPIs that we noticed were beginning to plummet a little bit, and we want to make sure that we came in and fixed that. And then finally, we looked through their campaign performance. Like I said, they sent out little to no campaigns the entire time, but the few campaigns that they did send out, we made sure to look through their open rates and click rates to see what potential we could actually have when we actually do begin sending out campaigns for ourselves. Now, once we took all of these factors in from our audit, we created our plan of action. And from there, we kind of understood how we're going to be executing on this project together as a team. Was our plan of action. So first was to, focus a lot on the actual product, emphasize the product in our emails, understand our target market, and understand our niche. Aside from that, we made sure to go into their, check their domain health, adding their dedicated sender domain, and overall making sure that the other marketers didn't blacklist their account at all or anything along those lines. We also made sure to focus on split testing and trying out new sign-up forms with various different offers at the time. We had a huge focus on redesigning their flows. Like I said, Klaviyo templates isn't something that is of our standards. We always make sure that we create the nicest designed emails that represent the brand as a whole. And we also included a bunch of segments that, just really helps us with our content that we send out, right? So that is a huge thing for us, both inclusion and exclusion. And then from there, it was just reporting for both monthly and quarterly case scenarios. Now, for the implementation stage, a big thing that we always do when we start off is incorporating an onboarding form. Right. So as you guys can see here, this is an example of the Mint app onboarding form. It has a bunch of different things that we sort of need in our, onboarding stage in order to make sure that we can sort of create emails how we think the client would envision the emails to look essentially. Right. So this includes letting them know we're going to be doing reporting, getting access to all relevant, softwares that we may need access to. We have questionnaires for them as well. This is an example of the questionnaire. It's just a Google form that has a bunch of questions that is relevant to both us that can help us understand where the client is coming from with these issues. And then aside from that, just normal research, understanding the target market, understanding the niche, and understanding the product as well. And yeah, from there, we just focus on our deliverability. Like I said, a big thing for us was adding the dedicated sender domain, making sure that we only send to people that have legally opted in to their email marketing, avoiding any faulty language that could cause us to go into junk. Obviously, no swearing, no using full capitalized letters or anything like that, and only sending to customers within their optimal times, right? So this includes not saying to customers at 2 a.m. just because there are a lot of bylaws for that through both email and SMS. So we always made sure to factor all of these things into our strategy. Okay, flows. Now, like I said before, a big factor for us for flows was ensuring that, we were able to redesign them and ensure that we are representing the brand in a positive way through the automations that we create. So as you guys can see here, we sort of have a small portion of the first welcome series email. With that email, it's so long, we actually had to split it up into 4+ pieces, as you guys can see here. So these are just different, factors of these long form emails that we do create for D&D Gel. And yeah, aside from that, aside from the redesign, we always made sure that these are optimized for mobile, and we made sure that, all the integrations and everything are working as optimal as possible. Now, one thing that you guys can also take note of here is we actually tried a few different strategies for the flows, and what we ended up doing ultimately was we actually removed all incentives from flows and decided to only offer people incentives through our campaigns. And like I showed you guys before in the beginning of this video, we did find a lot of success through the campaign channel specifically, and I want to say a big factor of that was utilizing incentives only in our campaigns.
So we have many more case studies just like this. But first, before we get started with that, let's talk about the common email marketing mistakes that brands are making. So common mistakes that brands are making, they are lacking a long-term email marketing strategy. They are not building a community. They are sending too many promotions to the email list without giving value. They're not analyzing email performance and optimizing. They're blasting the whole list instead of sending to specific segments. And they're also not personalizing the email so it's congruent with the brand. Now let's talk about the campaigns and what we did for them for the campaigns. So first, we did list activation, right? We actually started using the list effectively after periods of inactivity. So they actually had not been using it for a while. We started using it again. Then we started focusing on sending them engaging content. So creating content to keep customers informed about D&D updates or any products that we have going on. We also focused with the client and we agreed to send revenue-focused emails where we're going to prioritize revenue-driving campaigns. And another thing that we did that, we agreed with the brand owner on is that we were going to remove all the discounts for the flow and save offers and promotions for campaigns only. And this is what made our campaign so much more effective, is because people had to receive a campaign in order to get a discount. They couldn't just get it from an automated email. And also in this period, we created a campaign calendar based on, what the owner wanted, what their goals was, and also what we thought would be best. And we sent that over to them and they approved it. And that was one of the first steps of the campaigns. Then we started focusing on what I call the 4 C's of campaign. And the first C of the 4 C's is community. So we viewed the email list as a community, not just as, people that are going to bring us sales, right? We thought these are actually people. We focused on people over profit. We were value centric, right? We focused on providing value in our emails, giving them tips, giving them advice that's related to the product. Then we also made sure to send out emails that builds relationship, right? Speaking in first person, making sure that they're engaging with it as well, where they feel like they're part of the email list and they're part of the brand as well. And also a huge part is that when we send emails with the community aspect in mind, what happens is that it builds trust. People actually trust you because they know that you're not always just trying to sell to them, right? And this leads to long-term loyalty. And understand that this approach that we take with the community, this approach goes beyond transactional emails as we foster a sense of belonging and a sense of, community and family within the email list. The next C of the 4 C's of campaigns is consistency. So as we already know, consistency is vital for success in any marketing campaign. And what that helps with is retention, because consistency helps retain subscribers onto your email list, as consistent communication keeps subscribers engaged over time. And also, again, when you're consistent, it establishes trust because people know what to expect and people know when to expect emails from you. And it reinforces the brand recognition because they're always, you're always putting yourself out there in their inbox. You are putting yourself in their mind and in front of their face every day. And also, consistency is very crucial for long-term campaign effectiveness and customer loyalty, because if you're only sending campaigns here and there, then people don't know when to expect emails from you, right? And you'll see a huge drop-off if you're not consistent with your campaigns. Here are some examples of some emails that we've created. And by the way, guys, these emails are so large that I had to kind of cut it into, these different images to kind of fit even a portion of these emails. These emails are so much larger. If you do want to see some designs, go to our social media or our website, and we should have some there. So the third C is congruency. So we ensured congruency between all marketing channels, and we made sure to align our email campaigns so it's in line with our Instagram or TikTok as well, because what you need to understand is that if you are not clear and congruent in your marketing message, right, the inconsistency throws the person off, throws the people inside of your list fully off. And also, there's more confidence that a customer can have when you are congruent in between your marketing, right? You are actually acting like a legit brand. If your Instagram says something and your TikTok says something else and your email is completely different, then it is going to throw people off and it's going to make people confused. And you lose that trust when there is that inconsistency in your marketing campaign. Here we have an example, as you see right here on their social media. They were talking about the Guilty Pleasures set. And as you see in the emails, we are presenting the Guilty Pleasures and we're keeping the same branding, and we made sure that whenever they put this out, the email went out at the same time as well. And this might not seem like a big deal, but I promise you, having congruency is one of the biggest deals when it comes to email marketing. And the last C is content. Content is the cornerstone of effective email campaigns, and we create a lot of it. And in our content, we make sure to provide value because we want to use email as an avenue to provide value to our community or our list, right? We also make sure with our content we're consistent and we're congruent in our efforts, and also with the content that we're sending. If, as you see with D&D Gels, we're not going to send them random emails about their skin, right? They're focused on nails, so we'll only focus on nail polish and nails for the content that we send out. And we also make sure and tailor our content so it's personalized to the person that is receiving it and reading it. And that's very important. This goes back to the audit process and the research process, where we really are sitting down and understanding our client, because we want to make sure that we are personalizing the email to the reader and they are actually aligned with whatever that we're sending. Another thing that we do when it comes to content is we're always testing. We're always testing what's not working, what's working, if our readers are liking this type of content versus this type of content, right? But we're always focusing on sending out content. And also we repurpose content as well. It's not that we always are creating brand new content. What we've also done in the past is that if a campaign works well, we repurpose it and we'll resend it again to the list, because maybe, a portion of the list did not see that email. Okay, so I know me and Justin have covered a lot in this presentation already, and it can be a bit overwhelming. And I hope so far that we made you realize the importance of email marketing and why it's so important to have a long-term strategy when it comes to email marketing. And you understand that email marketing is much more than just blasting out emails to your list, and that this is not a dead channel, right? If anything, email marketing is more alive than ever. Email marketing has been around since the beginning of online marketing, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. This is one of the biggest assets inside of your business that generates you extra profit with the data you already own without having to spend money on ads. Again, you own this data. This is not like Facebook that owns you when you run ads, or Instagram that owns you when you run ads, right? This data, it's yours. You own this, and you don't have to spend any money to access this data and utilize this data. And if you're also watching this video, it tells me that you're not utilizing your email marketing to its full potential inside of your business. Now, you can go ahead and hire someone off Upwork, right? And they can set up your email marketing for you, which I don't recommend that you do. Or you can spend all the time and money, right? Hours and hours and thousands of dollars to figure it all out on your own. But I know you can't, because you have your own responsibilities as business owners with, existing problems and the different things that you have to do inside of your business. And you would rather have experts like us come in, do the work for you without worrying about the quality of work, while you focus on growing your business and doing what a founder does, which is driving the business forward. And understand that your business is unique and requires unique attention, plan, and strategies. It won't work with a cookie cutter approach to your email marketing, right? And that's why I don't recommend you just hire someone randomly. So that's why I invite you to book an audit with us. And what we will do is that we will audit your email marketing efforts and create an action plan unique to your business goals and what you want to do with email marketing. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours succeed with email marketing and generate millions since 2018. And if you want to see more results, you can refer to our social media and websites for that as well. And again, I want to show you guys a quick little conservative ROI for this call. Let's say if your brand was doing, let's say $100,000 a month in revenue, right? On the low end, if you were to make an extra 10% with email marketing, that's you making an extra $10,000 a month. For the whole year, that's an extra $120,000 in extra revenue that you make without any ad cost. Imagine what you can do with that extra capital on your business. Reinvest it back, use it towards growth, make more profit, have more at the end of the year to keep inside of your business. And that's why you need people like us to actually come into your business and implement a long-term strategy that is unique to you and your business goals. So go ahead, book a call below. You will be speaking to one of our team members and they will help you with the audit process. We are looking forward to speaking with you and helping you elevate your email marketing. Thank you.